In the next month, over half of the states in this country will shift their citizenship rules in the biggest change since 1868. In 28 states, newborns living, breathing, screaming into the world will no longer be guaranteed automatic citizenship. Their first breath won't be so much a celebration of life as it will be the start of a long, drawn-out legal battle.
A wise guy, eh?
Salutations, fellow nerds. I'm Rick Wine. Today is June 28th, 2025. SCOTUS dropped a string of rulings this week, and one in particular has people justifiably alarmed. I won't sugarcoat it. There are a few technical caveats that might ease some folks' panic, but they really shouldn't. So what happened? And why are conservatives cheering it? SCOTUS didn't rule on birthright citizenship directly. What they did was rule on a case called Murthy v. Missouri, which is about the scope of injunctions. When Trump issued an executive order ending the birthright citizenship, 22 states challenged it. SCOTUS decided federal judges can no longer issue nationwide injunctions, only rulings that apply within their own states. The translation? Your uncle might say, "This isn't Trump overriding the 14th Amendment." And technically, he'd be right. But he's also ignoring a mountain of context. And you can make the argument that this was purely about limiting judges' power to place nationwide injunctions, but this is nothing new. It just so happens that when the injunction is keeping the government from criminalizing infants, only now the judiciary wants to start drawing lines. Nationwide injunctions are not new, nor are they solely used against conservatives. Legal injunctions were the bane of fully legalizing Obamacare in its purest form. Between 2010 and 2020, there were 20 to 40 injunctions placed then. At least 5 of the ACA-related cases reached the Supreme Court, which made this decision. Only now have they decided to put the kibosh on checking the executive branch legally. Now each state needs to individually sue the government so as to levy injunctions against potentially illegal or unconstitutional acts against their citizens and residents. What this ruling means is incredibly simple. The 22 states and D.C. that sued, their protections hold, for now. But the 28 states that didn't, Trump's order goes into effect. Unless those states sue, babies, literal newborns, will no longer be considered U.S. citizens at birth. That's not hyperbole, that's the policy. And what this means is no Social Security, no passport, no automatic constitutional rights. And yes, deportation becomes possible, not just for parents, but the infants themselves, now classified as non-citizens. This could create an entire generation of stateless children, a condition the U.S. has long condemned abroad. But apparently we're fine with it at home now. So what changed? And first, let me cover something before the sanctimonious keyboard patriot chirps in. "Oh, being here illegally is a crime." No, it's not. Overstaying a visa, crossing the border unlawfully, these are not crimes, but civil infractions, like a parking ticket. If you think that justifies family separation and exile, then I suggest deporting every dude who ignored a street sweeper sign. And you can expect a flood of lawsuits in the coming months, because this is chaos. Hospitals and state agencies aren't prepared for this. What are they going to do? Call the cops on newborns? More dangerously, this sets a precedent. A president can now redefine who counts as a citizen, unless somebody sues them in time. And I already hear the "why should I care, doesn't affect me" crowd warming up. So let me show you something real quick. Do you notice anything? There's a lot of overlap. These are the states where every life is sacred until that life is brown, poor, or born without papers. The Bible Belt pro-life crowd suddenly goes silent when it's not a white Christian baby. So let me show you something else. Same crowd, same states. They claim to care about low birth rates while actively making it harder for people to raise children. No resources, no support, just criminalization and control. This isn't new. From Native American boarding schools to Reconstruction to today, the U.S. has long tried to replace communities it finds inconvenient by stripping them of identity, autonomy, and rights. This ruling just adds another tool to that tool chest. Moreover, it doesn't kill the judiciary. it basically neuters it. Federal judges can no longer halt unconstitutional policies before harm is done. Now people must suffer first, then sue. And for those of you clapping it right now, just wait. Your time will come. I look forward to your enthusiasm when the next Zohran Mamdani gets elected and actually starts going after your guns. If you're cheering unchecked executive power now, don't complain when it turns on you later. Just some food for thought. Oh, and before I let you go for today, I've been told that YouTube doesn't promote videos with profanity, so I'm trying to tone that down a little bit.
Like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like legalized comedy. Yeah.
This is fascism. A private platform won't let me say whatever I want while monetizing their space. How dare they? I'm just kidding. YouTube has rules. I will follow them. But if you like what I do, hit that like and subscribe button and share this with whoever needs to hear it. I appreciate y'all, and as always, y'all come back now. You hear?